kind of time of the month thing for half-orcs that I don't know about? Because you really don't seem in a great mood today.
I'm just saying, wyverns can fly. And if we're all about avoiding getting attacked by things, wyverns can fly.
Here's cold hard reality for you, Rannick. Before this is over with, we're going to get attacked by something. Isn't it better we pick and choose something we can fight? Do you want to go and fight almost 200 stone giants, ogres, dire bears, what the hell ever else is in there, and them 2 big birdies? I don't even know what those are called, but boy, those I'd be gone in a bite.
No,
Excuse me.
The big birdies. I wanted Bert and Reenie to make them friendly and fly us in there and down that hole in ground.
I don't know if I feel like it. I mean,
after just scratching up his eyes like I did, I don't think he's going to be really interested in being really friendly.
Yeah, but you don't.
You got to get kind of close to him first to get to even do that. I mean, it's not like they can stay in the safe. And they're going to get eaten before they get a chance to utter 2 words of their spell.
It was just a thought.
Well, all I know is that if I'm stuck between a rock and a dark cave, I'd take the dark cave.
And it's not like we don't have a certain skill set here, Rannick.
What would that be? Blundering in without thinking and getting killed?
Isn't that what you normally do? What's changed?
I think first and then I blunder in.
Well, thinking is a rather loose term for it, but we'll go with that.
All right, so how do we get to where these wyverns aren't?
We don't want to go to the wyverns. We want to go to...
No. He said where the wyverns aren't.
Aye.
Aren't.
Presumably,
the way we're going to do that is kind of the way you were talking about. Reenie and I will change into critters and fly us down there.
Right, but if you've changed into something big enough for us to carry us, aren't those big birdies going to see you?
Yes.
Not necessarily.
But
you could.
That's why
I could fly down.
Wait, you've got your bow and arrow, don't you, Rannick? And I've got a few skills that even in the air, our skills would work.
Aye, they would, but a bird that big falling out of the sky is probably going to alert the giants that something's up.
I don't know the geology works, because if he turns into a bird, he can fly down the hills, behind the hills, down to where the river is, and then fly up, and because the river's below.
Yes,
well, now when you guys came back, I noticed that Irina kind of ducked behind the mountains, and when we couldn't see her for the longest time, couldn't you fly us in a more circuitous route? I mean, we don't got to go right over the ford. I know you like the direct approach best, but
if you fly up that river close to the water, not too close because that's a bit scary, but if you fly up the river, then hopefully you'll be below the escarpment and they won't see you.
Yeah, if we
get around the mountains and then swoop down behind the escarpment, they're not going to be over there looking for birds flying along the river. But it's going to have to be a pretty big bird to carry Rannick.
We could.
What are you saying?
I could ride on the back of an eagle, honey. I don't think an eagle will. They'll take one look at you and go, "Oh no! You get somebody else."
How about we become dragons?
Yeah, but some of these stone giants, and if the one that we left made his way back here, they're aware that we might have dragons among us, and I'm sure they don't.
But again, we just fly low, stay low, and
behind the mountains. Exactly, I'm with that.
Not a problem.
I mean, if you really want to turn into a dragon, why don't you turn into something small, fly to that dragon's cave, turn into a red dragon, fly back?
I can't turn into a dragon like that one. It's bigger than I can be.
No.
I can turn into a smaller one, so it depends how observant they're being.
Well, tell you what, I'll start walking. Somebody pick me up if you think you got a better way to get there.
Don't be an idiot.
Which way are you walking? I'm for flying. I'm not hiking through the mountains all that mile. We're sure not going across the plain. Unless you got some kind of potion to make you invisible, Rennick.
No, I just sneak through mountains and then climb down a cliff. But if you're going to fly me there, great. But if I'm too big to be carried, then I'll have to walk.
You're not too big to be carried.
Why are we touchy today?
Oh, you were the one saying I was too big to be carried, Sparkle Tits.
Rennick, you make almost 3 of me.
Aye. So if I'm too big to be
Well,
carried,
it would take a much bigger bird to carry you. That's not, any kind of suggestion except for plain old-fashioned physics.
Yeah, I know, which is why I'm saying, why don't I start walking?
Because I can turn into a dragon.
All right.
Dragon can swoop low behind the mountains. I mean, even a dragon doesn't have to be out there visible.
Right, I'm good with that.
Right. Great.
My small dragon, but something more than big enough to carry Rannick. And if you're a dragon, that even if you're big enough to carry Rannick, I'm small, so I can just climb up behind him, so it'll save you trips. Because there's 3 of us to be carried, and only 2 of you.
I can turn into a rock and carry all of us, guys.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. If you actually turn into a rock, somebody does see you. It's but there's a rock. That's what I'm expecting to see because there's a rock here flying about. We've just seen it flying about.
I can't turn into a rock. That's bigger than I can do.
To fly directly over, even if if who's carrying us is in a winged form, the fact that it's carrying passengers, if they're paying any attention
They're
at
not
all.
going to see you up on the back. But my point was more a matter of we don't have to make multiple trips. We can just all kind of pile on and go.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Even if I don't fly in directly over, take the shortest route, we can still do it all in one trip.
Well,
Okay.
I'll go with however I can get there. I'm not walking. And I'm not hiking across that plain among all them ogres.
Okay, so Bert will switch into a rock. Part of the reason why he took PowerPoints the last couple times. Oh, there it is. That's what I'm looking for.
Well, if you can take Rannick and Dondrad, I can take Jelsa in a smaller form and we're sorted.
The rock's 30 feet.
Yeah, a
Bloody
rock can
Big
more than
tail.
easily carry all 4 of you. That's not a problem.
Fine, then I'll ride for a change.
Exactly.
Yeah, the rock can easily carry them. And the beauty of this is if they look up and they see it, then but that's exactly what I'm expecting to see. It's a rock. We've just seen one,
Okay, so Bert drains all of his PowerPoint. Well, not all of his, but drains a big portion of his PowerPoints, becomes a rock, and flies down this way along the top of the, kind of weaving in and out of the mountain, and then we'll cut down into the river level, and then fly along the river. Come on, Miles, would you behave? Thank you. And then fly over to here and drop everybody off.
Okay. Can rocks bother? I suppose they can. They're birds of prey. Fortunately, your big B, I do believe. How big's a rock?
Size 8.
Yeah. So the rocks aren't going to come out with a rock out there. So, okay, you're hovering while everyone else gets off. I'm intrigued to know how you're going to land on that ledge.
By unshape changing as he dives forward.
Yeah, exactly. I do kind of a power dive, and just before I hit the cave, I switch into me.
Tumbling into the cave as he suddenly disappears under us and we don't have time to jump off.
Hmm.
Okay, so Rannick's in the cave, Arena's in the cave. Did you take? How did Snookums and Amber get there out of interest?
Well, they can ride too, just they aren't going to be happy about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Amber, Rannick can hold by the scruff. Well, Rannick could probably hold Snooks by the scruff of the neck.
I can carry Amber. Amber doesn't mind being carried by me.
Okay, so Bert turns back into Bert and lands on the ledge. There we go.
I reckon Schnookums' hair's all stuck up on end though.
Okay, so the cave. This cave
Yeah.
crawls. Countless bloated, many-legged insects trample one another as they carpet the floor and climb the walls, creating a susurrus of a million clicking bug legs. The
Lovely.
deepest path to the cave seems to be unnaturally thick with darkness and fallen webs.
Well, best way to deal with places full of webs, says Rannick, stepping forward, getting out a tinder twig and setting the webs on fire and stepping backwards again.
Okay. 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 That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Is that's what I'm looking for because that will give me some background information. Okay. Well, the webs are at the very back of the very back, so you have to head to the back if you want to go to those. You probably could.
Oh.
You could just make out the edge of the webbing in there.
Right.
Bit crunchy as you go.
Ick.
Okay, I'll go that far forwards and then throw the tinder twig into the web and then walk back.
Okay. What's the rest of you up to?
Now, Bert and Snooks will carefully walk forward, trying to avoid as many crunchies as we can, and wait here for Rannick to be done with his pyrotechnics.
I'm going to get the bugs to move out the way so I don't have to stand on them.
Okie dokie.
These pyrotechnics aren't near as fun as Jelsa's.
Yeah, tinder twig is a bit naff actually.
Okay, Rannick, as you get to there, you see lots of husks of dead spiders amongst the webs.
Well, they can burn just as well. I'll light the tinder twig and throw it into the webs and let them burn.
As you approach, they all awaken and start moving as you approach. So we'll see what happens. Oh dear, they go first because he got a joker.
Oh dear.
Okay, so yes.
Just for PowerPoint purposes, how big a swarm is it? Small swarm or medium swarm or large swarm?
It's probably just a cantrip to move them out of the way so you can walk through them.
I'd say yeah, the cantrip just to move them as they go. Otherwise, potentially speaking, I mean, if you take it at the most literal interpretation of the description, it's two large swarms.
Right. Okay.
If you think about the size of the yeah, I like the suggestion of it being a cantrip, just to move them in front of you as you go.
Okay.
Because you're not actually controlling them; you're just sort of giving them
persuading them to not be where I want to stand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so let me see what happens. What they do. Return interest. That's fun, isn't it?
It's never good when the GM thinks something's fun.
Okay, so basically, I need to. Token movement is locked. So this has a pace of 6. So this death web spider gets to there. Don't worry about that area effect. It's just the constantly swarming medium blast template size of poisonous spiders that crawl all around
I will not worry about that then.
it. Okay. I don't like the look of that. Oh, that's the. Oh, okay. That's not. It's It's infestation as in terms of lots of spiders, not as the disturbing place my mind went to. Okay. This death web spider bites you.
It does it?
Fortunately, fortunately. Okay. It bites you. You must and injects its lethal poison into you
Oh dear.
because it shook you. Lethal poison. When
Finally.
an adventurous poisons you, make an immediate vigor roll minus the strength of the poison if listed -1. So vigor roll at -1. Oh, you lucky thing. Which is good news to see. I've just noticed a typo in that, so I'll have to sort that one out. Okay, you are therefore not stunned. You don't automatically take a wound, and you don't perish in 2d6 rounds.
Oh, that's good. I prefer not dying in 2d6 rounds.
Okay. That's lucky, isn't it?
Mm.
Dondrad.
Oh, right.
Yeah, watch out. These ones have got a nasty nip, says Rannick.
That cannot be right. That cannot.
What?
I'm actually going to go and hold.
Got to be a typo. How did I manage that? More likely it's the other way around. Where are we? We are in Caves A4. That's a really impressive bug here. A4.
Yeah,
How many legs has it got?
Are quite impressive
What
with that
thinking?
poison and what have you.
It's really fascinating. So there's an actual typo in the original PDF. Okay? So instead of having an agility of D8, they have an agility of 8.
Really?
So the NPC maker tool decided that was D4 plus 8.
Okay.
So that's one hell of a bug I've got to fix later on.
Yeah.
Right, there we go. If I need to make any agility checks, I'll have to. If anyone's going to do any, well, yeah, I can fix them. As long as I do modifiers, it should get rid of them. That's fine. Okay, Rannick, what are you up to? I'm just sort of fixing the.
So, are these actual spiders? Are they natural spiders?
They're dead spiders.
But they're moving. So, does that make them undead spiders?
Death web. Neutral undead.
Okay, so Beast Trend isn't going to work on them, so I won't bother trying that. Okay.
It's a husk of an enormous. It's an undead husk of an enormous spider. Hang on. No, I take that back. A death web is a husk of an enormous spider inhabited by thousands of living spiders, even though it counts as undead. Together they form an undead hive mind. They work together. They work together to swarm around the giant spider's exoskeleton, weaving intricate web sheets and hunting prey. Their hive's infestation poses a threat to any adversary. So yeah, there you go. They are literally basically undead. Even though they're made of living spiders, they're technically treated as undead.
Right. I can't use Beast Trend to control the swarm of spiders inside the husk to make them just bugger off then?
No.
Right. In which case, I will get better at fighting, and if you could turn that...
Okay, so sorry. First things first, Rannick. Sorry, before you do anything else, you are inside a medium burst template. You know when I said don't worry about it?
Yeah.
I lied.
Worry about it.
Make
So
an evasion roll. Make an evasion roll as the spiders. Make the evasion roll because you're inside the blows template.
So that happens at the start of our turn, yeah?
Yep. Anyone starting their turn in the area must evade.
Okay, so that's athletics at -2,
Minus
isn't it?
2. Yes. Just be glad the other one just didn't catch you.
Hmm. I guess I'd best Benny that, or is that going to mean they're going to bite me again?
You will take automatic damage. It's like a souped up. It's an undead monster with a built-in swarm.
You know what? Rannick's confident he's tough enough. He's going to try and take that.
You were lucky. It is a swarm of poisonous spiders, but it doesn't say the infestation causes poison, so you're okay.
Oh, right. So could you change my boost fighting to 5 rounds, please?
Yep.
And I would like to trap him for my attack. Is grab out of the efficient quiver the Impaler of Thorns, jab the exoskeleton on it, lift it up, and smash the exoskeleton down on the ground, hoping to crack the exoskeleton so that the spiders inside cannot use it as a thing to move around in anymore.
That just means you have to kill it. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's kind of how I'm describing it.
Yeah. I know. I like it. Very much so. It's with a raise.
Let's not make all my friends depressed when they might have to resist poison, or they might just accept the poison. That would not be good. So, roll some damage. And you know what? I will Benny that once. I shouldn't have bothered. We'll go with the shaken.
Okay, you shake the undead spiders. Deathstorm 3 moves to there. But
Can I request an interrupt?
of course you can. You just interrupt by all means.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right, I'll go to 7. I'll go to there.
So you're in the centre of 3 area effects.
Yeah. Somebody would say I'd got a death wish. So yes, I'm going to heal the spiders for 2 power points. They all have to make a spirit check or vacate the bodies. They're using necromancy, and I can destroy undead.
Yeah, but don't forget the spiders are living.
Yeah, that's that. I thought we'd get a lovely conversation, but are they undead?
Well, this is where it gets interesting because the description says they're living spiders, but they count as natural undead. I mean, how do you explain that one to me?
I don't know.
Dondrad will force them out of their necromantic boss name, and they'll just become normal spiders and wander off.
I mean, I know there's this long handle thing that healing hurts undead, but where does it actually say it in Savage Pathfinder? For the record,
the channel energy ability.
Oh, it's channel energy rather than healing. Sorry, I apologise.
No, well, it's destroy undead.
It's destroy undead. Yeah, that's different. Yeah. Oh, destroy undead. Yes. Sorry, you were giving a nice
as an action
trapping
for 2
effect.
power points and a medium burst template. Every undead creature in the template must make a spirit check or take a wound.
You hit all 3 of them. Okay. It does say at the start of your turn, so I think moving in means you're okay. So you are targeting that one, and that one, and that one. Okay. And you are destroying undead, which, as you say, they need to make a spirit check. Every undead creature must make a spirit roll or take a wound. This may be soaked as usual. Okay. Spirit check for the first death web. Successful. Spirit check for the second death web. Unsuccessful. So it takes a wound. /DMG 15.
Power of Golem compels. The power of Golem compels.
And it fails to soak it, so it is destroyed. And then the third one makes a spirit check. And makes it. Back to Bert. Back to Bert.
Okay, Bert is going to whip out a wand.
Okay.
And he is going to mumble incantations and successfully activate the wand, giving Rannick a boost strength.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hang on though. What does the belt of physical might do?
It gives me +1 die type in strength. It doesn't say it's boost trait.
Point taken, therefore they can stack.
However, game rules wise, I'm not sure if it's going to work. As in Fantasy Grounds, because you might have to put 2 dice.
No, that's, I could get round. I know how to get round that. It's because it's whatever you call it. So that's not a problem.
Right.
Oh, I see what you mean. It may well.
If you change that to strength and I make a strength roll, we'll see if it rolls a D8 or a D10 or a D. Well, if it rolls a D10 or a D12, because it should roll a D12 with strength +1 die from Bert.
Go for it. See what happens.
Yes, it does. That's all right then.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Bert will. Wow, you know what? Bert's not going to get any closer. He's gonna kind of grab a hold of Snookums and say, "You don't want to go up there, kitty cat." So basically, Snooks is going to just kind of go on hold.
It does. Unfortunately, it doesn't work too well. But there you go. There's an idea of what it really looks like.
Yeah, you could you could stamp that on the ground underneath, couldn't you?
Yeah, but no,
But then he
it's the
couldn't
same
move it.
token. It's,
Then you couldn't move it.
Then I couldn't move it. So just to give you an idea, that's what it really is going on. You know, I'm not gonna.
Don't worry, my imagination's covered it. My skin's crawling.
Okay. Wildcard Death Web is going to move to here and move to here. And it's going to bite the dwarf. Missing. Jelsa Sparkly Tips.
And Jelsa's going, oh, I don't like these things, don't like these things. And then she hears Arena mumbling about, them, being disturbing. So it's like, I'll cheer you up, Irina. Three.
So
and I'm spending a 5-hole power point, selective, extra damage, and lingering damage.
Okay, go for it.
And I send up, you want big fireworks. Oh, hell.
No! No, see, I could be really evil there and go, well, actually, now when you miss. Obviously, I'm not because the rules tell me what happens, but if I wanted to be really evil, I could turn around and say, well, that basically means that the selective doesn't happen, but which I think would be much more fun than you get a migraine.
Yeah, and when it backlashes and I get the sharp shooting pain through my head, I fall back, like 4 feet.
Indeed.
Or 4 steps.
Yep. No problem at all. You basically fail miserably to cast. I think what actually happened there, Joseph, is just as you're getting ready to cast the spell, a spider drops off the ceiling, lands in your hair, and another one crawls into your mouth as you're muttering the spell, and that definitely puts you off.
Yeah. My hair. And get it off me. And that was my turn.
Was indeed. 6 gets me to there. So I can dump another medium burst template. I don't think think the half-orc's safe on that one. Yep, the dwarf is in real trouble, though. All those spiders just crawling over the dwarf. It's horrifying, really. It does sort of move around, but it's easy just to do straight lines.
How many PowerPoints do I lose if it fails, not just fails, but crits?
1.
Do you only lose one on a crit fail, or do you lose
I
for
think-
full casting?
I think it's just the 1.
Hey, the migraine's bad enough. Doesn't that give me a
exactly,
minus for a few rounds?
Yes, it is. It lasts until a full rest, doesn't it? The powers. Activation, stacking powers, recharging, shorting. No one ever shorts, you know. No one ever worries about shorting.
No. Bird shorted. Remember whenever he saved Snookum's life?
Oh yes, I do remember you have shorted. I take it back. Let's just try backlash.
No.
Why not?
We'll try backlash.
Sorry, I was saying no to the dog who wanted to steal my dinner that I'd packed for work.
No, I just thought it was funny. Activation. The backlash should be here. Which backlash? Apparently. Backlash. A critical failure occurs when activating power. It causes level fatigue and all active powers instant. That's it. It only costs 1, but all your powers terminate as well, don't they?
Using, but I can use them the next round just with.
Yeah, but if you had any maintained powers, they all drop as well. That's
Okay. Well, I don't play around
No.
with maintained powers. I just like to toss them out unexpectedly.
I knew there was something else. I just couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah,
Arena.
it's still a failure, so it still costs 1, but then it does the extra stuff as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought maybe the crit fail was going to cost me more power points, but that's what I was checking.
Yeah.
I'm moving to around about here and becoming a fire elemental.
Oh, probably a good move.
Bear with me, I've just lost the spell. There it is. Great.
A big fire elemental.
Oh, that's better.
Amber's going to go here. And
there you go.
Amber's going to go to Jelsa and lick her face. Make her feel better. I want
how's that for the effect?
Lovely.
Horrendous. I want to.
Yes, I know that ants. I couldn't find spiders.
Shit.
Okay, go for it.
I don't know what to roll. I'm just trying to. Is it well? Anyone hit by a fire elemental splash must make an evasion roll or catch fire, taking 2d6 initial damage. Is a bash?
You've got the raise of the fire elemental, which means what happens? I never remember what happens when you
+1 strength and toughness.
Okay, so strength becomes 3d and toughness becomes 10. Yeah. So,
which of course also increases the toughness one. Strength and vigor, and then that increases the toughness.
So yeah, vigor will be 3d.
Yeah. So yeah, you just want to slam something, really?
Yes.
Well, slam is just it's just a bash, which is strength plus d6.
Yeah.
So, we called it strength squish, didn't we?
Yeah.
Strength squish. Yes.
Yeah, squish.
I remember.
Squish.
And it needs SWAT putting on because they've got SWAT in there as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
I'll rename it to bash because that's more generic, isn't it?
Okay.
There you go. You now have SWAT.
Do I need to target, and if so, which one? And
well, you're going to target. I assume you're going to target that one there.
Okay.
Won't let me target it, but let me try again.
It's alright, I dropped it on it.
You did. You hit it. Roll for damage. I'm going to get rid of those layers. They just
but if it doesn't evade, it takes 2d6 initial damage from catching on fire before the hit.
Okay, so of course this is the one I hadn't fixed yet. Typical. actually, no. Look, I'm sure it'll be fine on the evasion. Yeah, look at that. I'll do a proper one. I'll do a proper one. Don't worry. I'm just big.
Oh look, it rolled a 1. You need to roll another d6 to see if that's a critical fail.
Right, I'm doing a proper agility check now. It makes it. So it doesn't catch fire, but now you get to roll for damage. I don't think it matters that it doesn't catch fire.
It didn't catch fire because it's stuck.
Yeah, it didn't catch fire because it's just turned to ash instantly.
Yeah, it must be that one. Remove this one. Bink. One less. There we go. New round. See what happens. Death Web number 3 is first. It's just going to move to there. Bite the dwarf. Hitting the dwarf. Doing a wound, but you got to make well, it's an interesting one. You can soak it first, can't you? I suppose. Right, you failed to soak it.
Right.
Actually,
Right. Okay.
That is an interesting one. Do you have to? I suppose if you soak the damage, you don't have to make the.
Yeah, if you soak the damage and which will get rid of the shake, and it didn't really. It hit, but it really didn't.
So in fairness to Radek earlier, I mean it doesn't matter because he made the vigor roll, but okay. So
I failed the soak roll.
Okay, so you've taken a point of damage. Now you have to make a vigor check at -1, or be lethally poisoned.
But I am at +1 on the roll.
I've been waiting.
In fact,
Okay, so you take a wound from the bite. However, you do not the poison. It isn't able to inject poison into you. Okay, now here's an interesting one. If he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 area effect templates on him, does he have to make 4 agility checks, or does he make 1? And if he fails them, I hit him 4 times.
You're the GM.
No, I'm asking people's opinion because both seem a bit. I mean,
I would say 1 for each swarm, but
I would say so. I would say so too, personally, because while evading 1, you may accidentally not, fall
step into another.
Yeah. Okay, so
the other way I might do it is say, well, you can only be bitten by those teeny tiny spiders so much, but because there are 4 swarms there, that's 3 extra swarms over and above the one that causes the evasion check. So you're making your evasion an additional -3, and then you only take the damage once if you fail.
Yeah, no, this is the
gang up bonus? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I'm thinking. Obviously, the rules don't. This is one of the things the rules don't cover. So I don't mind. I don't mind. Which do you guys think is fairer? Multiple checks or 1 check with increased modifiers? Which would you rather guys do as players? Because obviously,
you see, I'm always the kind of person where the more dice you roll, the better chance you have at a crit fail. So I like that idea.
Yeah.
So
I think 4 evasion rolls, please, Mr. Dwarf. I agree.
Agility, yes.
Agility at -2, 4 times.
Oh, yeah, it is agility, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you evade the.
No, he doesn't, because he didn't put the -2 on.
He didn't put the evaders to him. We'll do it manually. That's 2 failures so far. Keep going, then you can decide how many bennies you want to spend, if any. You're quite tough. Okay, that's going to be a success. That's a success. And the last one?
That's 2 failures.
That is 2 failures, so that's 2d6 damage twice.
Oh, that a lot.
You're okay. You've got toughness 10. Neither of those will get through you.
Thank God I've got head to toe suit.
Indeed. Okay.
Right. Well, I'm going to. Yeah. So I'm going to take a multi-action.
Okay.
And the first one is going to be.
I have to be honest. If these things caused fear, you can guarantee it would have been spider phobia. On any crit fails. But anyway, go for it.
Right.
Multi-action away.
Yeah, I think the first action I'll cast Destroy Undead. So they'll have to make a spirit roll check.
Okey
I don't have to roll.
dokey.
It's an innate ability. They have to make
that's
it a
absolutely
spirit.
fine. That's absolutely fine. Okay, the first one makes it. The second one makes it. Not sure why it went -2, but anyway. The third one fails, so that's a wound, isn't it?
Yep.
Do it. I do it. If I go /DMG15, that actually turns it into a wound that's applied that I can then spend a penny on to try and soak, which I fail. So that's one destroyed spider. The one on that was the only area. That was the only area effect on Brannick, and that just leaves number 5, isn't it? Because that was the third roll.
Yeah.
Spirit. No, that was it. That was the That was 3 rolls. The last one was figure. The last one is a -2 spirit check. Fails, taking 15 points of damage. So I can spend a penny to attempt to soak it, which I do. There we go.
Right. And then for my second action, I think I'll. I'm going to cast Sanctuary on myself and just stay where I am. It'd fail. Oh, oops. In which case, I think what I'm going to do is move to there.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to cast Sanctuary so they couldn't attack us.
Make it an occult roll. Now you're over there.
Make an occult roll.
Sanctuary wouldn't have worked.
That's all right. I don't read the master manual, so it's fine.
No. I'm just saying. You're thinking about it afterwards, once you're out of there, wondering what on earth happened, and then you suddenly realise with Mountain Horror it wouldn't have worked.
Are they not evil?
They're not evil. We've lost Arena.
That's intentional. I'm going to work. Give me to Tavis.
We were. There you go.
Thank you, darling.
No problem.
Do we have alignments in this? I don't know.
We do.
The monsters still have alignments, yeah. They're neutral undead. They're not evil undead.
Technically, we do as well. Rannick is neutral. She's
You're
not
supposed
good.
to pick one, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Having fun. Elemental fire. Does hitting a fire elemental? Does hitting a fire elemental cause issues? No, it's only if you're hit, isn't it?
Yeah.
They don't have a damage field. Okay, so the death web has successfully bitten the fire elemental.
But elementals can't be poisoned.
They're only immune to fire.
Are they?
So, okay, Rena's been shaken, so she needs to make a vigor check.
You know what? Let's just spend a penny to not be shaken.
Put it in the wrong place, but yes.
Yeah.
Shaken. I'll apply it and then unshake. You know what I mean. Okay, so she's not
Yeah.
shaken and therefore is not poisoned. Brings us to Jelsa.
Well, Joseph not so sure she trusts her powers right now, but she might actually be able to help here in a way that she's not going to try to destroy them all. See, they blow from the center, so I want the center, like right here. I have to do selective to miss Irina. Yes.
I think I gave Havoc to in one in one of. I think Havoc's. I put Havoc in one of the spell books where he didn't give me a spell list. I might put some interesting spells in one of the spell books. Okay, that's Havoc with a raise. So Havoc on a raise. I mean, I know they're instantly distracted. Let's do that. I think.
There's only 3 of them this time, so.
Instantly distracted. Anyone is distracted by strength roll at -2 if the caster got a raise. So they get to make strength rolls at -2. So, Death Web number 3.
Cookies.
Makes it. Death Web. Fails miserably. Roll those 2d6. Hang on. Something's up with the measurements. They're doing diagonals as 2 inches. I need to change it to raw, don't I, and turn off the grid. Where is that? I know that's somewhere in here, isn't it? Mr. Dondrad, you know where all these raw settings are because I've seen you.
Oh, there's a tick marks. You can just place a tick marks and it changes it to raw. Or there's an option for what the diagonal is going to be.
Oh, there we go. There should be a what? Sorry.
You can also pick what value you want a diagonal to be.
Yeah, you can make it double or 1.5.
Should be 1.5, shouldn't it? Shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Rather than raw, should it? Oh, diagonal distance. Actually, no. Diagonal distance should be 1 inch because there shouldn't be a grid, should there? For movement, you're not shouldn't be snapping to grid. You should be able to.
The map controls are obviously generic core stuff for generic systems, but you can do whatever you like because you're Swede. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and Swede players hate grids. That's a general consensus.
There's a grid on the map, so I can't do anything about that. But you know what I mean? It's part of the map. But anyway, so that's going to go flying over there and take 2d4 damage, which unless it explodes isn't going to do anything to it, but it is going all the way over there.
What have you done?
That one gets blasted over there. That leaves us the last one. We have a -2 on its strength check. Oh, which fails. And that is Death Web 5. It's already against the wall, so it can't go anywhere. So let's see what happens. It smacks into the wall. Not a lot. Okay, but they are still distracted. That brings us to
Elementals are immune to poison.
Are they?
Yeah, all elementals have the common abilities: no additional damage from cold shots, ignore 1 point of wound penalties, don't breathe, immune to disease and poison, ignore penalties for illumination up to 10 inches.
Thank you.
Yeah, they must have a construct edge.
I hate it. I do hate it when they do that in the rule books. You know what I mean? Because it's text. It's easy for them to put it in a chapter somewhere else. Don't put it in the stats for the bloody monster itself, because then you miss it.
Yeah, it's at the beginning of the section on elementals.
Yeah. Righty-ho.
Yeah, they should have like a word like construct.
They should have just given them the type elemental at least.
Aye, type elemental would have been fine.
This is how I'll do it. I'll have to give them an elemental type. But it's just annoying. They just put that in. It would have been fine. They just put it in the bloody blurb, start of the bloody chapter. You know what I mean? They did that a lot with the bloody demons. But those I knew about, so they were easy. I just missed the
The nice thing about putting it under a keyword is obviously you can attach it to the creature and you click on it and it takes you to that part.
Exactly. Exactamundo.
I'd been more on the ball about that if I hadn't have been rushing out. Sorry.
There we go. Let's make some notes. So, what did I work out was broken? The death webs are broken. The death webs agility. Elementals need fixing. And that's in the bestiary.
Mm.
And in this adventure as well. If there are any. Oh, the hill giant treasure was missing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
One of the reasons I keyed it all, spent so long keying it in, is I can just take the XML out of this and put it into the adventure. Right, we're getting somewhere. Sorry about that. That's why we play test. Right, Bert.
Okay, Bert is going to shoot one of these death webs. Wild card ended up back there, didn't he? So Bert's actually going to step up so we can see the wild card and shoot it. And this, of course, will be with one of the Bane arrows.
You hit.
And I
You
need
hit the
to...
toilet death web as it was named they were named last week.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, that's not an issue. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure WC is purely an English thing. I could be wrong.
Water closet, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Americans probably call them water closets, do they?
A whole lot of
No.
them, but I don't think water closet is among them. You can call it a lavatory, you can call it a bathroom, depending on the usage of ladies' room.
But it's not a W. The shortcut WC doesn't equate to toilet in America, does it?
That should be a total of AP3. I don't know if it makes any difference.
No, it doesn't.
11. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Okay, never mind.
But it was a Bane, wasn't it? What does Bane do? I thought they did extra damage.
It doubles, increases the die type. So instead of 2d6, it was 2d8.
2d8, that was it. And yeah, okay. So you shake it.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. Basically, just I gave Irina back her Benny and left her shaken because obviously she can always spend it at any time, and therefore
Yeah.
Snookums.
Snookums is seeing how everybody's getting all climbed over and bit by these spiders, and that's not very clean. So Snooks is just kind of move up and not go any further, really.
Okay, if I can actually move, there we go. I think Irina's unshaking. Oh, damn it!
Yep, definitely.
I just forgot. That's why That's why I'm forgetting as well what's going on slightly. Visually, it does help when you make Irina look like the creature she is meant to be. Mm-hmm. Irina, the fire elemental, moves to there. And I have to close the map and reopen it. It's something funky with movements. Okay.
And he's going to try and bash, but missed that Deathwatch spider. But I think since Irina's immune to the poison, Irina will just stay there.
Okie dokie.
Acting as a wonderful barricade.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Death Web number 5 will obviously not know Irina's immune at the moment and will bite and miss because of the distraction. That brings us to Rannick.
Right, Rannick is going to come up towards this one here. Actually, I think I can probably hit it from there. I can. So let us jab my spear in and churn it around a bit, trying to take the exoskeleton apart there. Well, it's undead, isn't it? So I'll have a reroll.
Did you take that as one of your favourite enemies?
I did. And I'll make it depressed as well, since it's more than 3 inches away from any of my mates.
Humanoids, undead, and monstrous humanoids. My word.
So it can take a spirit roll now to see if it gets all upset. It does. It's now vulnerable. Yeah, it's vulnerable. Okay, maybe it's not.
I just noticed it was a wild card and had loads of minis.
So I only get the extra d6 damage for it being my favourite enemy then.
Yes.
Let's have a penny on that then.
It's a D12, a D8, and a D6, and then get a 4, 4, 2. 16. That's a wound.
Yeah, that'll do.
It will. Although the distraction doesn't apply to.
No.
Actually.
It's still failed.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, I do. I would say being distracted does apply to spirit, but it doesn't affect vigor, doesn't it? And not that it matters, but you know what I mean. It's one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's a new round, is it? Yes. I've never noticed that.
Yeah, because he's always second guessing whether he should be attacking or not.
Well, it's just funny. You think by now I would have noticed that you do that. That you had hesitant, but evidently not. Dondrad. Well away from the water of the river, so you're okay, and there's no statues watching you.
I think what we'll do is yeah, we'll multi-action. Let's go for it.
Go for it, indeed.
Run to there. Destroy undead.
All the crispy crunching as the dwarf runs forwards, crushing hundreds of spiders as he goes. Go for it.
Yeah, no, it's just destroy undead, so make a saving throw versus spirit.
Spirit check again, yeah. No problem.
I'm remembering that scene dimly in the skulls.
Yep. That's a wound on that one, so let's just soak that successfully. And this one gets to make a spirit check. Yep, they're both fine.
And then the thing I'll do is I'll just drop a flask of acid on the pair of them. That will hit the pair of them.
Also hits you in arena.
I think it'll be right.
That'll be an athletics jobby.
I mean, he's not going to. It's not like I'm going to crit fail or anything.
Famous last word. No, you're getting a raise.
You're getting a raise. So it lands exactly where you want. And it's actually being an area of effect. You still get the raise damage, don't you?
Yeah.
But you get a raise on the area of effect damage.
And it hits the least armored location as well.
Which means they get to ignore the +2 armor. So toughness 10, but that hits both of them without their armor, which takes their toughness down to 9. So you where's the second one?
Right, and they get 2d4 minus 2 lingering damage as well.
So lingering damage 2d4. Does that lingering damage 2d4 minus?
-2.
2, because done a die type.
Lingering damage, if you go below a d4, it doesn't go to d4 -2, you lose one of the dice, so it's just lingering damage d4.
Yeah.
I'm just reading it off the item description.
All right, okay. Maybe it's different. Maybe it's different for the item than it is for the spells.
Maybe it is. I'm actually going to say that therefore it's 3d4 minus 2 because the d6 You did hit with a raise, and therefore, as far as I'm concerned, the lingering damage should include the raised dice as well.
Mm.
That brings us, unless you're doing anything else, Mr. Don of the Dread.
No, that was 2 actions.
I'll let you end your turn. That brings us to Irina the Fire Elemental.
Irina is going to give a bash to the one that's already shaken, thrusting a burning fist inside the carapace and not doing much with it. Let's spend a penny on that. Go on, why not?
You're talking over, but I even had a sound. Oh dear!
Sorry, dear.
What did you do?
You tried to hit a spider and ended up inside it.
Oh, lovely. Thank you for those nightmares.
Oh, also you need to make an evasion roll before all of that happened.
Okay.
What? And again. Yeah, that's fine.
Completely evaded, but then, yeah, it went horribly wrong.
And it went horribly, horribly wrong.
I evaded it so much that I evaded hitting it too.
Okay, I'm going to bite you first, Mr. Ranixer.
How dare you?
No biting!
Doing... That's depressingly low damage.
They do have a nasty nip, these, but it's all right. The thing is, their teeth aren't really that long.
Yeah,
they can't actually get. The poison's really bad, but the teeth can't get through your skin, so it's all right. You don't need to worry about them that much.
But
Bert is going to shoot the wild card again.
Go for it. It would be dramatically appropriate to hit Rannick, you know.
Oh, of course.
Especially as you say the spiders aren't anything to worry about as you accidentally shoot him in the back.
They get shot in the back.
roll for damage. Yep, your arrow hits the... it was Undead Bane again, wasn't it? I assume.
Yes, it was.
Yep. Go for it.
Well, let's Benny that.
Okay, dokie.
Wow. Okay.
No.
No. Don't do that.
You missed the tiny little damage box.
Yeah, I did.
So just roll the damage manually. Well, there you go.
Sure, why gave me a raise that time.
You know what? I don't care.
Not that it matters. I mean, it's still shaken, so.
Yeah. I don't mind. I don't know why it went wrong, so I'm happy to let it do it because I don't care. I'm not sure why, but you wound it because it was you wound it and shake it. Over to Schnooks.
Like I said, Snooks is just. I mean, there's too many bugs.
Okay.
He doesn't mind playing with a few of them, but this is crazy.
Okay, Death Web number 5 is going to bite Arena. Who crud? Okay, she's immune to poison because she can still take damage from the bite itself.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Irina's. Oh yeah, she fell over, didn't she?
You did. I wasn't going to make a prone, but you actually said she fell over, so I made a prone.
You just infected me with your stumblefoot.
Oh, hush.
I am going to spend your Benny to soak that. Your last
I was about to do that, but you got there first.
Yeah, okay, so Arena, you are absolutely okay. Your fire elemental hide protects you from what looked like a really nasty bite.
Yeah, this doesn't look like fun. Jules is gonna step over here. And she's gonna, let's see, I think I can double the, if I spend power points.
Spider sound effects just to freak everyone out. It's fine. It's got to look at the light. But that's fine.
Okay,
We'll finish it off and record it.
I'm gonna spend the extra power point to increase the area of effect.
Go for it. Nice.
And I'm gonna try to at least, get him shook up enough. Be selective here.
That's just incredibly
It's incredibly useful.
Havoc time it is.
I love this spell.
I would have never guessed.
Oh, I'm gonna try one time for the raise.
Go for it. One
Since the
time
game's
for the
almost
raise.
over.
The game is almost over. I'm hoping you can defeat them before. Okay, 6
Can I go with the first one? Okay.
So
They're all distracted again.
You didn't get the raise this time. So let's see. Let's make our way down the list. I'll just do it in the order they are. Death Web number 3. He gets to make a strength check. And fails due to being distracted. Death Web number. Roll your 2d6.
So, does Arena get a free hit on that as it leaves combat?
No, it is not voluntarily leaving combat.
Okay, then it hits the wall and takes 2d4 damage. What Bert says. Then the wild card fails and smacks into the wall at the back again, taking its area of effect with it, taking 2d4 damage. And that's okay. And the last one does a strength check. And it stands firm.
And with that, I didn't take my whole move, so I'm going to come over in this little nook and kind of slump to the floor and put my hands to my head and rub my temple.
You're going to slump to the floor that's covered in thousands of creepy crawlies.
I don't care. I got a terrible headache.
Oh, you got your headache. I'd forgotten about that. That's absolutely fine. And last but no means least is Rannick.
So Rannick is going to have another go with this spear, trying to rearrange the insides of this spider.
That's a hit.
That is a hit.
It's an empty husk. There's no insides. That's a wound.
Hopefully it's a fairly open husk now.
Yeah, it's got some gaping holes in it. Next round, Dondrad gets a Joker!
And so does the wildcard Death Web.
Yep. But
He's
Dondrad
already
gets
pretty.
Mr. Dwarf, sir.
Well, Death Web. Right, okay, I shall, I think I'll go for a multi-action, because we can. And the first thing we'll do is we'll brutally attack this one here.
Okie dokie. You hit it. Using your brutal greatsword. Oh dear.
Low. I'm going to Benny that because I can.
So that wasn't very brutal, that attack. The damage, I mean. That shakes it. Which is all you really need if you're trying to move away from, move on afterwards.
No, I'll whack it again. I might as well use my second. I was going to go.
Well, you're going to run around it and hit another one. This
I was going to do it, but it ain't going to die. So.
Indeed. Oh, that damage. That's it. You destroy that. You destroy that death web. The husk collapses and the spiders scatter.
Yeah, I think I'll just step in front of Irina and then leave it at that.
Okay. No. Oh, I got a Benny. More. More. Oh, nice sound effect. I like it. Okay, I'm going to bite you again, Mr. Rannick, sir. You want to counterattack?
No, because I've not got counterattack at the moment.
Absolutely fine then. And Arena the Fire Elemental.
Okay, Arena the Fire Elemental is going to walk through these webs, presumably setting them on fire.
Okay, well, logically speaking, yes, but there's not what I can do about them because they're drawn on. I'll tell you what I can do though, just to make life more fun for you lot. There you go.
And then Arena will attempt to bash the spider, but just flail around, setting more and more webs on fire. Amber's going to pour a few of the spiders, and foxes eat spiders, so probably start chowing down a little bit.
And that brings
Joseph sitting over here moaning and rubbing her eyes and rubbing her head.
Oh, in that case, I think Amber should bring Jelsa a few spiders and drop them, some half-crushed spiders at Jelsa's feet.
as a present.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Jelsa isn't even going to notice because she's rubbing her eyes. She can barely see because of the migraine.
Rannick lashes out the Impaler of Thorns again.
Don't forget to make your evasion roll.
Oh, I do apologise. I will make my evasion roll. Let's drop a Benny on that then.
Yeah, you're fine. Right.
Absolutely.
You destroy it, even though it had a Benny left that I hadn't noticed. Right.
Wahaha. Aye, they're quite. Oh, nice one, Reenie. That'll clear those webs out.
Bert, one left.
Bird is going to fire just one of his regular arrows at the last one.
Okie dokie. Targeted for you. Some nice like that. Oh, I forgot to do the lingering damage. Let me just do that. Because I forgot, sorry. Yeah, by all means, hit it. Remind me about lingering damage. Like, pay attention. Oh, I think that's quite ironic. The non-undead arrow just skewers it.
Yeah, I don't even want to go there.
The non-undead bane, I should say. Okay, well, congratulations. You have killed all the death webs. When the webs all burn away, which takes a little while, but they do. Basically, there appears to be quite a bit of stuff cluttered up under all the webs. Someone's who dropped a Skinshaw mask back on the party sheet?
I don't know what you mean. It could have been me. I really fix inventory, but I was frightened to do too much because it breaks. Yeah, because Dondrad doesn't do encumbrance.
No problem.
Because
it's okay.
He's a dwarf. He's got a whole.
I'll leave it running so you
a lot of stuff.
Around with your inventory. So, though death webs don't collect treasure deliberately over many years, a few foolish adventurers have come into their clutches, as have a few wyverns and giants. As a result, the cave is cluttered with old webs, withered skins, and old bones, along with a dozen long swords, a halberd, 3 war hammers, a full set of full plate armour, and a gauntlet, which is all in the party sheet now.
A gauntlet? That's suspicious.
Well, it's part of this full plate of armour, isn't it?
Yeah,
right. I'm gonna have to do.
Sorry,
we'll go ahead and do the whole magic.
Okay, if you want it properly, it's a breastplate, a gauntlet, some greaves, a 1 halberd, 12 long swords, some van braces, and 3 warhammers. Gondred heals himself.
Well, I'm just sticking a bandage on, but what I'm doing is I want to cast relief as well on Jelsa.
Okie dokie.
Take the headache off her.
Mm-hmm. Lasts. Yeah, it doesn't get rid of it. It just negates the pain, doesn't it? For 1 hour.
A single metal gauntlet, rusted and pitted, eh?
Yeah, Bert's going
But
to do
it's-
the whole how much of this is magical thing.
Yes. Okay.
But it's a metal gauntlet.
I'm pretty sure I know what that is, but yeah, I don't have the occult skill.
Well, you're controlling me, and I do.
Good point.
Yeah. So what is the metal gauntlet?
Okay. The one of the 12 long swords, the halberd, and the gauntlet are magical.
Well, since longswords are an elven thing, Arena will look at the longsword while Dondrad's looking at that gauntlet.
Okay. Ooh, hang on. Oh, a large longsword with accurate. Not sure what that means in Savage Worlds terms. Obviously, in D&D D&D Pathfinder terms, it was a giant-sized longsword. So yeah, we'll have to work out what that actually means. A large longsword. Because if you think of the forgotten her name, the iconic barbarian, she has a giant bastard.
Yeah,
doesn't she?
Amiri.
So,
yeah,
Amiri. So I'll have to look up what they did to that and do that to the longsword.
Well, yeah. If it's a big sword, then I can use it. If it's a bigger sword than the one I've got, then fine.
It's a giant longsword. It's a longsword for a giant, basically. So you remember the Amiri character where she wields a sword as tall as she is.
Yeah, it's just I won't take a smaller weapon than the one I've already got because it's vows and things. I know that's irrational, but
it does less damage than the great sword that you've got, but you can use a shield with it, even though it's bigger.
Well, in D&D, Pathfinder terms, you had to use it two-handed, didn't you? Because it was large and you were medium. So it's a two-handed longsword, basically. I would argue it's a two-handed. I would say that's it. How we treat it. I would treat it as it has to be wielded two-handed because it's oversized, and therefore you get the benefits of it being a two-handed weapon. I.e., you can sweep with it and you get the extra damage. Okay, the halberd is damaging and keen, and it's a gauntlet of rust.
That would protect your armor from rusting.
Yeah, including the attack of a rust monster.
Yeah, I'll take that because Gorum's the god of metal. I think taking people's metal armor off them from the metal god is quite ironic, really.
Are you taking the large longsword as well? Then two-handed longsword.
You just assigned him the plate mail greaves, not the gauntlet of rust.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Anyone want the halberd?
Not really.
Okay.
Got this fancy spear. Don't want that halberd.
In that case, I'll just say you're leaving it all there. You can always come back for it. Right, that is where we shall leave it then. As you see, as having burnt through the webs and the cave area, all is done. And I have notice checks, please, from everyone.
Sure.
Especially before everyone spends their pennies and I want to hold on. That's okay. Bert got a 7 and Jelsa got an 8. Granite got a 1. Dondrad and Irene
3.
failed. Bert got a 5. Granite got a 3.
Snook's got a 5.
Snook's got a 5. Snook's got a 3.
Jelsa got a 10.
Jelsa got an 8.
There was a penalty.
There's
a penalty.
2 to it.
Oh,
there's a -2 to it. However, those that make it, which was Bert and Jelsa, you do discern there is a secret door.
Oh, Donrad, but I got
Well,
abilities for
after
that as
seeing
well.
that, she's not going to say anything. She's going to slump to the floor and moan, even though the pain is somewhat
I
better.
apologize, Sondred. You would have done. Yeah, Sondred,
She's really tired, and she's going, can we just, like, rest here? And she's going to go and sweep spiders out of this corner here. And throw herself on the floor and be all melodramatic. I can't go on.
Come on.
Well-
Just I've got a hairbrush. Can we just pick it up, numb it up?
If everybody's insistent, she'll get to her feet and she'll stagger and she'll stagger into a wall, and then she'll go stagger into the next wall, moaning the whole time.
Do we
You
need
know,
to
if it's really that bad, Sparkle Tits, there's only one way to deal with it. Do you know what we're going to have to do?
chop her head off?
Yeah, amputate you from the neck down.
Listen,
But
if you just
But you hold us still, and I'll do the chopping. All right.
Or I can just rest.
you'll be fine. You don't feel it. Honest, trust me. Looking at the holy symbol, you don't feel it. You'll be fine.
This is not the pain you're feeling.
Or not.
If they get close to me, I'm going to hit them with my shock wand.
We shall leave it there, and we shall leave the party arguing in the cave. But we shall return next week, and hopefully we'll have less fun and games as always with my team. Anyway, thanks very much, guys.
Great fun as always.
Yeah.